Hey friends, I'm going to show you part 2 of the 7 modes of the C major scale. Now in this video we're going to be doing the modal jam tracks, the 6 modal jam tracks. It's going to be all the modes in C major except B diminished because it'll sound like ass. Okay. Now video 3 is going to be licks and scales that'll go along with each of these 7 jam tracks. You're going to make these 7 jam tracks, or 6 jam tracks rather, save them for the next lesson or use them for your reference. Okay, now down here you have the Roman numerals. What do the Roman numerals represent? Anybody know? That represents the 7 modes of the C major scale. Roman numeral 1 represents C Ionian, which is C chord. Roman numeral 2 represents Dorian, which is D minor. Roman numeral 3 represents Phrygian, which is E minor. Roman numeral 4 represents F major. Roman numeral 5 represents G major. Roman numeral 6 represents A minor. Roman numeral 7 represents B diminished. Okay? That's all the 7 modes of the C major scale outlined in chords. Okay. Now up here we have the first jam track, C Ionian, which you have a 1, 3, 4, 5 progression. So the chords you'll play in this to make it sound like C Ionian is C, E minor, F, and G. Okay. Jam track 2 is D Dorian, which you have 2, 1, 2, 4, 5 progression. So you have to play a D minor, C, D minor, F, and G chords to get it to sound like Dorian. Okay. Now the third jam track is E Phrygian, and you have a 6, 1, 3 progression, which you have to play A minor, C, and E minor to get it to sound like E Phrygian. Okay. Now mode 4 is F Lydian, so you have a 4, 2, 1 progression. So you have to play F, D minor, and C chords to get it to sound like F Lydian. Okay. The 5th mode is G Mixolydian, so you have to play a 5, 4, 1 progression. Okay. Then you'll play the chords G, F, and C to get it to sound like G Mixolydian. And the 6th jam track is A Aeolian, which is a 6, 1, 4, 5, 3 progression. So the chords you'll play to get it to sound like Aeolian. A Aeolian is A minor, C, F, G, and E minor. Or you could use E5 in place of E minor. Okay. Now down here is the chord diagram. Now you can play it like this, or you can play it in power chords. Okay? And write all that down there so you get a good, so you can use this for future reference, use this in the next video as well, or just practice soloing over this stuff for fun. Okay? But that'll be video 3. Okay, now I'm going to give you demonstrations playing some of this stuff, playing each jam track that you can create yourself. It's going to be suggestions. Obviously you can get creative yourself, come up with different rhythms, use different drum beats and stuff. But the chords that are outlined in there, those are the chords you want to use to get it to sound like each mode. And like I said, you can use fifths. You can play power chords. Like C, play C5, E5, F5, G5, that'd be C Ionian, so you can do that. Okay. Now the drum machine we're going to use, it's going to be like a rock feel. It's going to be about 90 beats a minute. Like I said, you can use different rhythms if you want to. This is just for illustrative purposes. Okay. Now Now we're going to go with C Ionian. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be 4 beats a chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. So do a little different rhythm here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was C Ionian. Okay, now we're going to go to D Dorian. It's going to be a little different. Like I said, you can either play 4 beats a chord, or you can come up with your own rhythms. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I threw a couple different rhythms in there. That was D Dorian. Like I said, just give you ideas. Save each one of them jam tracks as future reference. Just solo over them, so you get a good, knowledge of what each one sounds like. 'Cause that's when the magic happens, when you play the right notes over the right chord progressions. Okay. Now we're going to go to E Phrygian. Okay. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was E Phrygian. 2 different types of jam rhythms I use there. Again. Now we're going to go to F Lydian. Okay. F Lydian here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That was F Lydian. So we got G Mixolydian. It's the next one. Okay. Come on, baby. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was G Mixolydian. Now let's go to the 6th jam track. A Aeolian. Okay. One's a little different. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's that. So, now for your homework assignment, everybody. Now I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing here. Right here. Now this is graph paper. See how I have E, B, G, D, E, A. This is like the fretboard of your guitar. I got numbers down here marked 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 15, 2, 24 there. That represents frets. Okay. Now, this is all the notes in the C major scale on guitar, and you're going to use this for all 7 modes because it's the same notes. You're going to use this guide as like a soloing guide or something to familiarize yourself with the fretboard. Okay, so when you're listening to each one of these jam tracks, you can play each one of these notes. Either you'll find scales or licks through them. But like I said, it's the first 3 strings I got finished. You have to finish the whole thing. That's your homework assignment because we're going to be using this in the next lesson. Okay? Next lesson, like I said, is going to be licks and different, modes through each jam track that you can use, or scales. Okay? Okay, guys, till next time. Remember, rock out with your cock out.